Alright, so I didn't give up on video games. I just want to take a break from making video games and start making tabletops. So I asked my wife, "Would you like to help me build a game?" She said, "Yeah." She goes, "What kind of game you want to make?" I don't know, RPG. She goes, "Could we make it play like The Witcher?" I said, "Oh yeah, we can do that." So that's what we did. We came up with the Curse of Afaris. Um, so far, I got most of it made. I got it in roll20.net right now before I send it to an actual board game. So let's load it up, show you what the world looks like. It's going to show you the last time that me and my wife played. We played for 2 hours and we got halfway up the map so far. So let me introduce some things. Obviously, it's a four-player game. Up here is the tavern items. The tavern is right there. Also, we have our forest monsters, water monsters, path monsters. Let's put all the cards up there. Mountain monsters, character cards, Afaris, um, Forsaken, Tyrant, Night's Fall. I think that's all the cards that we got. So far we have. I don't want to shuffle them because they're on the board right now. Night's Fall is you need three pieces of the sword to build the sword. Kind of the best sword in the game. All characters can use it. For your character cards, players get to choose their characters. Um, there are 8 character selects. 2 characters are already on the screen. Um, let's start with the ones in here. You got the Wizard, Viking, Beast Tamer, Cleric, a Rogue, and an Elf. On the board, we got a Necromancer and our Paladin, Leonidas. Um, my wife was playing as Grim. Um, even though the card is not doesn't look like he's a good character, but he is in fact an awesome character. He does really well. Um, over here we got Leonidas. He has the most health starting off. I have died 3 times, not 3 times, twice with him. Grim has not died once. So HP and attack is not all. That's not what this game is all about. So um, down here you'll see I have the Unholy Staff and Chaos. Those are just basically specific rolled dice that need to be rolled for those weapons. Leonidas has the Chaos on, so if we look at the Chaos, you need a D12 and a D4 for his attack. And right now he's a level 7, and I think his attack is about 9 times what the roll is. And when you get halfway up here, it's really not that much. So, if we roll the Chaos, you'll see the dice roll on the board. Same thing with the Unholy Staff. She was really, really, really fortunate to get that because it was a 1% chance that she would get that. That is considered a legendary weapon in this game. So if I roll the Legendary Staff, it rolls a D10 and a D20. Up here, you'll see that she has a monster card. That's because we worked together and killed this monster. And Grimm's ability states on his card, summon the undead. Now, summoning the undead is basically when you kill the monster, you can take the monster, but it uses your mana, obviously. and you get to use that monster as a basically a shield slash attacker. Um, After every battle and encounter with a monster, you get experience. Obviously, you get gold. There's a gold. There's actually inside the booklet. It tells you how much stuff that you get for killing monsters and everything, and then you get a loot card. You just go up here, click it, get the loot card, and then put it in your inventory over here, and now you have it. Now let's get rid of that because I don't want to mess up the game. I'm gonna shuffle these back up. Up here, when the board game's actually made, this white box up here, you players will be able to take a dry erase marker and just write their level, and then off that level, they can modify their attack and defense and their health, and see which it reminds them what abilities they have at the time. So as you can see right now, my wife has the Knight's Fall hilt and a Knight's Fall guard. All she needs is blade, and she gets the best weapon in the game. I believe that's a 2% chance of getting those things. Well, the pieces at least. Yeah, each character's well, there's weapons for different characters. Obviously, like this is for Daler because he's an elf. He's an archer, and this is the Deathbringer for Stonecleaver the Viking. Um, Basically, why we keep these in our inventories because when we reach the tavern up here, and there's something in the tavern we more really want, we can and don't have enough gold, we can sell them for gold. And yet again, in the instruction booklet, there is the amount that you get for each weapon. Um, to move, the player will obviously roll a d10. No, that's attack. Sorry, move is a d6. So that's how we figured moving out. You don't need to move the full amount. You can move one space if you want. And at the end of each move, you need to roll a encounter die. It's going to be a custom die. So those are, where are those? Right here. Obviously, if you're on the path, you roll the path die, and then that would be an encounter with a monster. So I would draw a monster card for whichever thing I'm in. Like you got your path monsters, obviously on the dirt path. Water, if you're inside the water. Forest is basically if you're in the grass, that's the forest. And the mountain would be right here. There are no path cards that can be drawn in the mountain. In the cave, those are actually mountain creatures. So you'd be drawing them from mountain, these things. Like, that's a minotaur. I forgot how strong those things were. Oh yeah, they're pretty strong. So yeah, you don't want to be up there. If you're a level 9 or 10, you don't want to be in the mountain area because you'll probably die. When you die, you can either put some type of mark on your character, either an X or skull, crossbones on your character, and you can just wait there until somebody comes to you and revives you. Or if you don't want to wait, you could simply just go back to the starting area, which is right here, back to the house where you start, and lose all your gold and all of your inventory, including your equipped weapon. But you do not lose your experience, your health, or your mana. You actually get full health and full mana when you do die. You'll just have to start all the way here and lose all your stuff. It's kind of like a Minecraft in a way, but in Minecraft you lose your level and stuff like that. But I didn't want the players to start all over again, which is going to be a pain in the ass because it actually took me and my wife 2 hours for me to get to level 7 and for her to get to level 8. Now, once the characters start leveling up, it starts to seem like they level up quite often because as you move up the board, the monsters get stronger and obviously get more experience. But if you stay, like right here, my wife went down back to the beginning because she wants this chest down here. Um, so she did encounter a monster, killed the monster. I've inputted the experience points, and it didn't even move her bar at all. So it just goes to show, once you start leveling up, you need to stay up here, where you're comfortable and start killing monsters before you get here, because obviously, let me flip this token over to show you what the last boss is like. So that's the last boss, Afaris, 15,000 health, and does 29 times whatever the d20 is, and if he rolls an even number, he causes a freeze spell which stuns the player for one of their turns. So he's a bit of a pain in the ass. So let's put him back. And we have the second to last boss, Tyrath. Is the dragon staying guard at the castle. He has 5,600 HP, 28 times a 20-sided die. So he's also a pain in the ass. And then you got like three mini bosses and stuff like that. Which I did not input the XP for them yet, which I think I should, but it's gonna be I have to if they want to beat the last boss. So I guess I should work on that. Let me show you the instruction booklet that I have so far. Let's minimize that so I can drag this on here for you. There we go. So this is the instruction booklet. Index. Right now it is a clickable index, so if I clicked on character spreadsheets, it would show up. Well, let's scroll down. Okay. Got the overview, which tells you the story of what happened. Game components. Obviously, I didn't do game components yet because I'm not making the board yet. How to win is very simple. The game setting up the game turn sequence isn't really that complicated. The rules aren't that complicated. The only thing that's complicated is there is a lot of adding, subtracting, multiplying, and stuff like that. So please use a calculator if you do plan on playing this. Battle sequences, how to battle, what you can do before you attack, after you attack, what you can do during a battle. You can defend, attack, and run, or use a potion. But using a potion does not count as an attack turn, so you can still attack after you use that potion. Down here it shows you the pictures of the die that are on the monster cards, and it just looks weird because the D10 doesn't really show a 10 on it, so that's why I had to make these pictures. Character sheets, mana level. Level 1 you get 10, and level 10 you get 25. These are the experience sheets at, let's see, let's look at Grim. To get to level 2, the player needs 230 experience points, but nothing really changes for them. They just get to level 2. Level 3 is, reach 460. Then their attack goes up to 4. His defense, oh, never mind. Her defense goes up when she's level 2. And then it stays the same at level 3, and then her HP goes up to 187, and I did up to level 40. Because it took us 2 hours to get to level 8. Okay, if that took us 2 hours, then it's going to take another 2 hours to get to level 16. So that's 4 hours. So if you play until you're up to level 40, then you've been playing for way too long. Some characters are better than others, like, let's see, Prudor. He has a lot of health when he levels up. He's actually a really, really good wizard to use. Reeve is the Beast Tamer. The Beast Tamer, level 40 health is only 767. So obviously when you go and fight the last boss, you better make sure that you have revive potions, or at least have Grim with you, or or someone that can revive people from the dead. Then as you go further down, you get card details and what their attacks do and how they work and how much mana they cost. Like, let's go to Prudor because Prudor's used to be friends with Afaris. Level 1 is Fireball. Roll a D10 on. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. You roll your attack die, and then you add 10 to that roll, and then that's the amount you use. Then you use your attack multiplier and stuff like that. And then Thunderbolt stun monster for 2 turns, which is a good thing. Just in case someone's dying. So if I use Thunderbolt against the last boss, he won't be able to attack for two turns, 2 of his attack turns. And then Quake at 3/2 attack multiplier and stun monster for 1 turn. Okay, you might say, hey, why wouldn't I just use Quake instead of that? Because they cost the same mana. Well, you may want to stun him for 2 turns instead of one, so that's how it worked out. Beast Tame for Reeve. When a monster is at half health, Reeve obtains that monster. Monster health does not change, so it basically keeps that same half health, and she can't really heal her beast until she reaches level 8. Yes, Faith Strike for Reignites is a bit ridiculous. Add 3 to multiplier. That means like a 5 becomes an 8. Okay. Which, even though that's not really what it says on the card, it says 3 times to roll. Which it was roll the dice, your attack dice 3 times, add those up, and then use your multiplier. It's just too much. It was just too much. Stone Cleaver, you got Axe Throw. Add 10 to roll, not the multiplier. Okay. And then I did have that he loses 1 turn for throwing his axe, but it seemed too much. Zane actually, even though he's not much, he actually has good abilities. Stealth attack, roll attack die twice, then add multiplier, which is pretty damn good for his first ability. Hide monster can't attack Zane for 1 of his turns. Untraceable player doesn't roll encounter die, which is another cool one. And escape auto run. It says fun fight. Let's change that from fight. There we go. Which is another good one. So auto run, because sometimes running away can be a pain in the ass. And then here's the experience sheets for the monsters. And you got the gold sheet. Basically what it does is it runs off the monster's health. So say that you killed, let's say a crow in the yellow. Okay, and his health was 30. You get 2 gold coins off of that. Plus you get the 27 experience points plus 1 loot card. So that's how that game works. Hopefully it gets boxed and stuff, and then I could pitch it to a company, maybe, possibly.